And this brings us to our final guest. Patricia and Curtis have really knocked it out of the park on utilizing mobile service, going out to those independent lots. I am super excited to hear how that story goes. Patricia.
Hey, Tully. Hi, Ted. Thanks for having both of us here. We are honored. Very excited to share some of our trade secrets, I guess, with everybody else. But they're really not secrets. But we kind of, during these times, we really have to think outside the box, right? Everybody, all the panelists are talking about bringing people in. Curtis and I sat down when this thing happened. If you know where we are, we're in Durham, North Carolina. I'm 8 miles from UNC. I'm 8 miles from Duke. And majority of our business comes from those two and RTP, which is the Research Triangle Park. I've got IBM, Glaxo, so everybody worked from home. No one was driving. So what did we have to do to generate business? And that was mobile service. We had to come to them. They were not feeling comfortable in late March and April, come out to us. We didn't know how to handle it in the store at first. You know, we were getting used to what was happening, sanitizing, keeping our staff safe, but also the clients safe. So what we decided to do, we kind of picked up in high gear, really. And we said, oh my God, we're thinking about mobile service, but now we have to do mobile service. So I got together with Poe, who is part of Recall Masters, and we brainstormed. And I said, look, I've got a BMW. I'm going to sticker it up with all of our dealership stuff on it. We outfit it with all of our own tools. And the main reason why we did that is, we wanted to keep that. If the technician changed, if my technician's on vacation, I can pull another technician right into it. We had a laptop, we had a key reader, we had battery testers and basic tools. We also had batteries, air filters, microfilters, things that is going to move while he's out there, right? And upsell, things that we can upsell. And we hate that word, but let's be honest, it's the truth. That's why we do it, right? So the clients, we started getting all these reviews back. And CSI is everything for us in this business. And they started going, oh my God, this is so awesome. This is so unique. So that really, really helped generate income while we were unsure what we were doing here at the store. Then we kind of brainstormed again and said, well, what else can we do? I think, Adam, you said you had a whole bunch of independent dealers on your side of the world. Well, let's work with them, right? So they have recalls, and the only people that can do recalls is us. So our days that we can fill up with clients, we use our technician to go out and did all we call them rock locks or, independent dealers. And we would set up and they would have 3 or 4 cars there and we would do it all at one time. So that was it's kind of working with your teams. We're all in this together. So we started with a 25-mile radius and now we're out to 75-mile radius.
Wow.
So so that's kind of neat. And it's just thinking outside the box because we can't think.
So initially when Recall Masters got presented to us, we were like, okay, is this the manufacturer trying to meet NHTSA, trying to get their number up? And part of that is yes, right? And it's a benefit for us, it's a benefit for them, right? So it was a two-way street. So we signed up saying, okay, if the numbers they're telling us are 50% true, we're going to get a good lift here, right? And we've seen, lifts, very much like Adam's, and we'll take that, right? Because the initial investment, it's worth it, right? You're getting that money back. One thing we also started doing was having him doing video MPIs when he was out there as well. So he was basically getting into the car, doing a video of the car for the client. So they're not coming out and saying, hey, you turned on my seatbelt, whatever, my harness is broken now, this is broken now, these lights are on. He was doing it and sending it to them and making some recommendations. We also then repurposed our shuttle drivers since people weren't taking advantage of our shuttle and started doing concierge. So that same customer that didn't want to then bring their car back in for something else that we had found during that video MPI, we said, hey, no problem, Tully, we'll come tomorrow. We're going to drop a loaner off to you. We're going to pick your car up. We'll return it back to your same spot by 5 p.m., sanitized, touchless, the whole thing. The manufacturer was waiving signatures on ROs, helped us to expedite that repair as well. So, Poe was really great with us on the rock lots. Truth is, we had a lot of relationships with those guys already through wholesale. So we were able to talk to the parts director and say, hey, Todd, who do you know here? What do you know there? Oh, yeah, my friend's cousin, he works there. Hey, get that guy on the phone, because we were able to get past the gatekeeper talked to the guy who was in charge, and he said, yeah, because we were basically telling him, hey, these short harnesses could catch on fire, right? And you guys could be liable having sold a car with an open recall. We want to help you. Truthfully, it helps us.
Right.
The guy said, absolutely, come tomorrow, send your guy.
It opens
Now,
our PMA up too.
When I look at what you're doing, is that I think that when you look at what Cox study did a couple months ago about pickup and delivery and mobile service, I mean, the overwhelming was like 89% said yes. Honestly, I don't know why it's 100%. And I think when you look at a pandemic, like you mentioned in your triangle of high tech there, I mean, most of those high tech people will probably work from home probably for a long time. And you already jumping on board on that, providing that recall or that maintenance to your house is spot on. And then if it does need a repair, you're going to do the pickup and delivery. I mean, it fits right into it, doesn't it?
Yep. And our special order, Joe, non-existent.
Yeah,
because
we were
it's
starting
easy.
to do those too, right? So if it was a safety special order part that was, coded control unit or something like that, we were sending that out with the mobile guy as well, right? As long as he had Wi-Fi and could program it. And it helped our service effectiveness. We had just moved about 5 miles, got a new PMA. Our service effectiveness, we dumped 2,000 more customers into our bucket. We needed to get that number up. We want to be center of excellence. We're chasing that, like everybody else. And the way you got to do it, right, is one handshake at a time. And we felt that doing this was a good way to do that and give people basically, a meet and greet to our store, whether it was here or there.
And I imagine the manufacturer loves that you're actually getting the recalls done in your area, don't they?
Absolutely. And that's why you have to have, somebody that helps us think out of the box, because you can only do so much. And like, with you guys being recall masters, being out in California, it helped us kind of, hey, these are what some of the dealerships are doing out here. So we're adapting nationwide different ideas. And I think that's, just because we're here in the South and it might not affect us a lot or somewhere else, you have to change in these times, and you have to change fast. That's the biggest key.
So the question I have next is that how did your techs respond to going out there? Are they getting the hours they want? How is that piece?
It's great because BMW actually helped with like the airbags and there's about 3 recalls that they pay time and a half. And they're realizing that, they're doing the same repair, whether they're here or they're out there, but they're getting paid more. But he's doing a lot of upsells too. And the technicians, you have to find the right person because they're the face of the dealership. They can't come in and see this. Yeah, I mean, we have a beautiful building. Our building was just built 3 years ago. And we have the best Wi-Fi. We have a Starbucks bar.
That's why it's only 89%.
Yeah. So that's the reason why, whoever you send out there has to give the wow. And, we have a technician that absolutely loves it. He lives and breathes it. So you got to find the right fit also. But once you do, you have a couple of them and they love it. If they're slow, they rather do something. Most technicians, when you ask them, they'd rather be working than just, not doing anything.
What we tried with him is praise and pay are 2 great motivators in the auto business, right? And we guaranteed that he would make the same money that he was making with his hourly average of the last year, and said, you're at X amount of dollars, X amount of hours. You're going to do this for 3 months. We're going to both see if we love it, if we love you. We love doing it, but do we love you and do you love doing it? We're going to buy the tools. We're going to equip the vehicle. You have to drop it off here at night. You can't bring it home. And it worked for him, and he's still doing it, and it's really worked out to be a great thing.
And I'm seeing that wave across the United States that forward-thinking dealerships are really going after that mobile service. My good friend Ed out in Florida has been doing it, and it's been a catch-on. I love to hear your story of you doing that service, and it's a catch-on, and the customers love it, and now the technicians love it. What more can you ask for?